T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition and liftoff of Ares 1X.
Streets of Whitechapel, I won't be still. The night is cool and the moon is bright. I'm dressed to kill in my black top hat. Wanna hear you scream tonight. In the shadows I waited tonight. Wanna hear you scream tonight. Baby, it just feels so right. On your pale neck, my silver blade slips when I get upset. Red blood drips down dark and wet. Oh, any Chapman, I'm so glad we met. Wanna hear you scream tonight. In the shadows, I waited till light.
Welcome to Undergroundopolis, everybody. I am so excited to have this next band on. I'll let them introduce themselves here in a second. I'm just going to keep talking about this until the end of January. It's the single, Nobody Spanks Like Krampus, out on Questionable Records. Every bit of revenue generated from that song is being used to buy flashlights and batteries for the tornado victims in Western Kentucky. And every cent of it until the end of January. And if they still need it and it works, we will extend that deadline. So my next band, I'm so excited. I'm just going to bring them on and let them introduce themselves.
Good evening.
All right. Tell us who you are, where you're from.
We are the Stranger Things. I am Sully D. We're from York, Pennsylvania.
How did you all come together?
Well, it was one day in October 8th. I got together with DX7. We started playing some haunted riffs together. Next thing you know, we decided to form the Stranger Things. We decided to do some things that bring this guy from hell, the Jumpsecutioner, and brought him straight from hell. And now, next thing you know, Omega, we found the Hex Hollow, which is a haunted area in our area.
Now, I'm trying to remember where Jumpsecutioner's mask is from. Is that the Juggernaut?
It came from the dark pits. I've never seen another one. It's the only one.
Really?
No, it's not intended to be a copy of anything. And thanks for having us, man. Love what you're doing. Such a great cause. Thanks for having us on.
Thank you, man. Hopefully it works. But what? How did I don't know. I have to rearrange my questions a little bit. I usually ask what your main influence was, who you saw, but with you guys, who did you see that made? And you said, I want to do that. These concert, TV, whatever. Especially what made you decide to go with the horror theme and in character and everything. How did you come up with that idea?
Well, for me, growing up, Kiss was a massive influence on me, and the Misfits. They kind of led me down this direction.
Anybody else?
Well, yeah. Hi, this is Omega. I've been with the band since 2019. I sing and just cause utter chaos on stage. Hi, everybody. My major influences are more from like the horror genre. Growing up as a little girl, I watched a lot of horror movies like Godzilla and all the classic monster movies. And in college, I studied the books that, about Frankenstein, Dracula. And when I saw this band live, the Stranger Things actually they liked my voice because we were at a mutual venue called the Depot in York, which is not there at the moment. And they said, hey, do you want to cause and wreak some chaos with us? And I said, oh, yeah, sure, I'd love that. So it's been a blast since 2019. My first show was at Skid Row Garage with the band, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, who did I talk to last night that did Skid Row Garage? But it might have been me.
Yeah, they're from there.
Yeah. Mr. Seven, you want to chime in? Your mic's muted.
These aliens have trouble sometimes communicating with us.
Long-range transmission. We'll have to fill in some space till he gets that worked out. Me personally, I saw Slipknot a long time ago. Didn't even necessarily care about dressing up or anything. And then this guy said, hey, I need a drummer for my band. And we go all out. So I'm like, man, I got no time for this, but I need to do it. Hell yeah, let's do this. And it just became us.
I've seen Slipknot several times too. First time I think it was 98 or 99. It was at an Ozfest, and they were just walking around, still in full mask and everything. They just after their show, they just walked around and enjoyed the day.
Oh man, that's awesome. So you got to see Joey Jordison. Did you ever see him with Jay Weinberg?
No.
Oh
no,
man,
I don't think I've seen him with Weinberg.
He's different, but man, he brings every bit of what Slipknot's about. It's a great show with both of them. I got to see them both at least once. So.
Well, can you describe the music that you make?
Wow. We always try to figure out what kind of category we fit into. And the nice thing is about the Stranger Things, we're just strange. There is no category for us. We just play what comes about. And so one song will be kind of metalish, the next song will be kind of punkish. So it kind of just flows out. It's just strange.
I feel like it's a Jim Morrison fever dream.
That's a good analogy.
I always describe our band as like when promoters ask us, we're like, it's cool. What's your band like? How do you describe your band? I was like, well, we're kind of like, that car crash on the 80s on the highway that you can't help but look at because you can't figure out what's going on. That's what we are.
What about creative process? How does that work with you guys?
Well, it's kind of like a mismatch. Like, we'll come up with a riff, or we'll have lyrics. And the nice thing about this is everyone in this band, it's so easy to write music with, and it just happens. There's no really set way of doing things. I know Dewey may come with, or the drum executioner may come up with a drum beat, and it just flows from there. Or, DX7 might come up with a riff on his guitar, and then it just flows from there. It's really kind of organic.
Very much a collaboration. It could start as one thing from anybody's mind and end up somewhere completely different, but it's always us.
Yeah, for instance, you played Jack at the beginning of the interview, and the band had music for it and some the start of lyrics, and then I helped write some lyrics towards Jack, and that was cool. So it's actually historically accurate parts of that song if you listen to the lyrics.
I was going to ask that too. It was like about the 1888 and all of that. I've listened to that song probably at least 40 times. I think I said 100 earlier. I think I said 100 earlier, but I'll be realistic. Probably at least 40 to 60 times. I've listened to it a whole lot.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
What made you select that song for the Moronic Records compilation?
It was our newest single, and I like the direction it's going with our sound. Our first song that we did was Cujo. It's very punk, very Methodist type, rocking like punk rock. So this is going a completely different direction, and I really like the direction it's going. It's different.
That's great.
Cujo is probably why I joined the band. I heard them and I love that song. If you wait till the end, DX7 goes, "Bad dog." It cracks me up every time.
Well, I will definitely look into that too. What where all have you played? Have you toured yet?
Pretty much we played. Well, we've been in Maryland, Maryland, Pennsylvania, just around that general location. We're trying to branch out. Delaware, yeah.
Yep.
What would be your favorite show you played? You can all answer this. It can be more than one answer. This is one of my favorite questions.
My favorite place is Scott's Church in Lebanon. We played there a little while ago, and we actually have a show coming up next week, January 15th. The vibe there is so great. They got couches. People can watch from couches. People can stand at the stage. The stage is nice and big. Reese, her sound is amazing there. And it's such a great place. Jesse who does like the marketing and stuff, just promotes the hell out of the stuff. So it all works out really well with them.
Anybody else?
How about you, Drumsecutioner?
Oh man, there's a little place up on 2nd Street in Harrisburg called JB Love Drafts, and we played there a few times, and it's just always electric in there. The crowd's great. They just came to be a part of the music, and so they're always great to play for, always interactive, and the atmosphere is great. It's one of my favorite places to go back to.
How about you, Omega?
Oh, it's a tough one. So I am a transplant from Baltimore. I met the band in New York, but I live in Baltimore. So I'm going to represent Baltimore and say the Depot on North Charles Street in Baltimore. We played there a couple times. I really loved our first show the best. Shout out to Greg Serio, who does sound there, and Margaret at the bar. They really are a very welcoming crowd, and they have every kind of music there. I play sololy there as well. And I would say for favorite Pennsylvania venue, it's a tie between probably West York Inn and Boob's Brewery. So those two places are really great. If anybody listening is looking for a place to play, I would check those out.
Do you ever meet John Waters?
Actually, I have once or twice. I've seen a lot of his crazy movies. I love them all. And yeah, he's quite a character. My one Aunt Janice loved John Waters deeply. So yeah, we're proud of him. Good old John Waters once hitchhiked across country and put it on Twitter, and people he got made it all the way across country with hitchhiking. So he's definitely check out his movies. Maybe I should write a song about one of his tales of horror.
Yeah.
For the band.
I love John Waters too, man.
Yeah.
Even the early gross stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They occasionally the Charles Theater across from the aforementioned Depot venue will play John Waters movies. Yeah, I saw one of his early ones that had Divine in it, and it was awesome and crazy in black and white. So he's a treasure, as well as Edgar Allan Poe has Baltimore ties too. So yes. We got Ultimate Creep. Yes.
Go Ravens.
Well, here's the counter question to the favorite performance. What's your least favorite performance?
So far, we haven't had one that I dislike. Even when on myself I had a bad show, you learn from it. So I can't say that I've had a bad show or I disliked a place. They've all been pretty good.
Yeah, I agree with that. Every time you think this is great, the next show is even better. The next one's better than that. And then you look back and you kind of see where you started and now where you're at after playing, how many shows. So, they all kind of brought you to where we are now. So Yeah, we haven't really had a nightmare experience. No terrible equipment malfunctions that we couldn't get over. We've been lucky.
Yeah, I'd say so. You want to add anything, Omega?
I agree. I think we've had pretty good sound at all of them. Occasionally, sound. You never know who you're going to get behind the sound booth, but everybody's trying their hardest. So we just learn to compromise, and if we can't hear what we're doing, we will compensate and scream our hearts out, which we've done.
Yeah, for sure about that.
How far would you say you are from Cleveland?
Oh, geez. 8 hours, 10 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I didn't know
That's a hike.
if that was close to Pittsburgh or not. It's like, that's just a few hour drive there. I was about to recommend a really cool place, but
Hey,
actually,
tell us.
Canton, Ohio. Try to get into Buzzbin. That's
Okay.
That's a really great place to play. I played there last month.
Oh, man.
On like a Wednesday or Thursday night too, and it was still great.
Awesome.
Oh, wow.
Get out there and visit the NFL Hall of Fame while we're out there.
Yeah, that's where it is. I drove by it.
Really awesome.
I love Cleveland, Ohio. I've been there 2 or 3 times to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and actually my boss that I work with has his VW bus there now. So I want to get out there. I'm willing for a road trip, guys. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Anybody out there wants to bring us out, give us a shout.
Yeah.
Maybe check out Strum Around Studios.
Mm-hmm.
Technically it's in Sandusky, but that's right there. It's just right. It's right there by Cleveland.
Mhm.
Maybe check that out.
Yeah, sure.
Doesn't matter. We just need some souls to snack on the way there. Maybe a couple bottles of blood. Yeah.
Yeah, and beer for our singer. Yeah, that's a must, especially this band.
Oh yeah.
We once fired a guy for forgetting the beer. He got locked in the SPCA. We don't talk about him anymore.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to skip this question. It's actually, do you prefer the studio or the stage? But I think I know the answer.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely the stage.
Oh, yeah.
I have a Negan bat, and I like to knock skulls and eyeballs out into the audience when we perform. So I definitely prefer the stage.
You know, it is funny, though, because it is always great to come back to the studio. A lot of times we'll record after we played the songs live 100 times. And, it's always great that it's different than what we originally thought it would be, but it's just how it developed as we kind of learned to play it on the stage. So it's neat how they tie back. And I always love coming back and actually putting them down in the studio.
Hey, there he is.
Oh, no.
His alien ship is having some technical difficulties.
Oh, well. See.
He needs if he could unmute his mic, I think it'd be perfect.
Oh,
there he is.
I've tried.
D.
Yay!
Hey, oh my God, I'm here.
Hey!
Wow. I mean, I've been watching you guys, but
aren't we
I don't
awesome?
know what the hell happened. Well, yeah. I mean, you guys are doing a great job. I don't really need to be here now. But
Thank you, fearless leader.
I don't know what's going on there. Anyway.
You want to chime in on any of the previous questions, like your favorite show you played?
Well, I couldn't really hear your questions. I could hear their answers. But favorite shows, I think the last time we played at the church up in Lebanon was really a great show. That was just fucking killer.
What would you say your favorite song to play live is?
Oh.
Everybody can have a turn. I don't care.
Well, I really like doing our newest single, Jack. It's just so much fun.
It's a great song.
Yeah, it's a great song. And then we also have another one called Eyes of the Killer Robot that I really like playing, that we've been kind of ending the show with now. But I don't know, for me, that one's just a lot of fun, personally.
Omega?
Anybody else?
I was gonna say Killer Robot's kind of fun because I carry these like fireballs in my hand, but I try to do a lot of things. I swing a chain around. I try to claw the guys. I love singing. Jack is fun, but I'm doing Woohoo and Tonight throughout the whole song. So at the end of that one, I'm a little out of breath, but I love. Oh man, I love Cujo. Oh, Villain. Villain was one of my first favorites to start singing because I started improving You're the One into that, and people seem to like that. So I point them out in the audience like we're going to, come after them after the show. It's a lot of fun.
Executioner?
Yes.
Oh, man. There are so many great ones. Villain's great. That's one of the go-tos. I love playing Red Ripper. It's just a neat little just tom pocket that I sit in the whole time. It's just really fun to play. It's all around the kit. We have a song called Manhattan Hunt Club that's a little more up tempo and it's a rocker. It's the one that exhausts me by the middle of the set. And then I love going back to the song we have called Hex Hollow. It's just a nice little groovy, just a even tempo, kind of cool down song almost in the middle of our set. And I just love, finding that groove and just sitting there, and it's not flashy or crazy, but it's just really nice to get back into every time.
Yeah, I think my favorite is They Live. I love the movie growing up, so it was like when we made a song about the actual movie They Live, it's a banger. It's so it's a rocker, and I just love playing that one.
We came to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Yeah.
And we're all out of bubblegum.
Have you ever bought an album? You ever bought an album, CD, cassette, whatever, some kind of media with your own money, and immediately threw it away?
Yeah. Yeah, I could vouch for that. But I didn't actually buy it. Somebody told me to listen to this band Nickelback, and I was like, I'll give it a shot. And I actually threw it out my car window, and it's sitting. I mean, it's probably gone by now, but it went out the car window.
That's really funny. I was listening to a radio show on the way in, and they have a program 4:30 on Wednesdays where they go, "What's your worst song ever?" And they play the Nickelback album.
I always say I hated Nickelback before it was collectively cool to hate Nickelback.
Yeah.
Anybody else want to chime in on that question?
Man, that's a tough one.
That's all right. If you could work with any producer. Yeah, that's a tough one.
You had an idea, didn't you?
Well, yeah. If we could work with any producer, my first answer is always Steve Albini. But I know that the guys from Diablo's Gorda said the same thing, so I don't want to copy off them. They just happened to get here first. So other than that, other than him, it would probably be Mutt Lang, because you just can't beat that 80s fucking power sound that he had. And we don't really sound like that, but I think it would be interesting to see what he would do. And he's obviously a fucking hit maker. I would love to see what he would do with this.
Anybody else want to chime in?
All right. Bob Ezrin, I think could just he's eclectic. He's had all kinds of sounds over the decades, and I'd love to hear what he could do with our sound. I think he could really pull some cool stuff out of it.
For me, producer, I would love to have Trent Reznor sit in and listen to our stuff and go through it. And, you know, he's one person that, you know, that I always looked up to. I love his stuff.
That was a close second, honestly, when I was
For
thinking
sure.
about that question.
Well, what's next?
Well, next we have a big show, January 5th. We're going to play with Illusions of Grandeur in the Offensive in the Scots Church in Lebanon. So we're going back there again, and we can't wait for that show. It's going to be a big one.
Oh yeah.
When was this last album released? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, it's like we'll have Omega hit some eyeballs out in the crowd again, and you know, maybe throw some body parts out in the crowd. You know, just normal stuff for us.
I'm hoping we get to make some more music videos. We did a music video for Bride of Frankenstein in 2020, and I got to ride a motorcycle for that, so I like that. I hope we make some more music videos for everything.
Yeah, I think we need to get a lot of our stuff recorded. We've been playing a lot of songs. You know, the EP that we have out now is our first run 3 years ago now. So it'll be cool to get some more stuff down on records and really get some new stuff out there.
And where can you get the EP?
It's on Bandcamp, but plus it's on every streaming service. You can listen to it on Spotify, iTunes. It's pretty much everywhere.
It's called Hex Hollow.
Anything you guys want to add in before we wrap this up?
Well, I think most importantly, we need to keep it evil, because that's our motto, is always keeping it evil.
Yeah. And I like our fans have started coming up to me after shows and asking me to
Thank you for
invite them.
having us. Really appreciate it, and really appreciate Swam for putting us on the compilation. That kind of got this whole ball rolling. Swam from the Karens.
Yeah.
So thank you very much to both of you. For just bringing us out here and having this madness continue.
Do you want to add something, Omega?
Oh, I think I was just saying that I love our fans, and please keep coming out to see us. Feel free to message us on the social media platforms for anything you'd like us to, scream our hearts out about. We'll write a song. We're open to ideas. And I was just saying how the fans are asking me to bite them after shows now.
Well, I want to thank you guys for being such a great interview. It's so much fun to get to meet you guys, even if it is through the internet. And, man, everybody be sure to check out the Stranger Things. Great band name, great band, great album. Be sure to check out Moronic Records first compilation. The whole album's good, and it's cheap as hell. It's what?
There you go.
It was. There's what, $5, $10, something like $5.
Get the album.
It's $5.
Support local music. Support DIY. Make sure that music has a place in this world of
just remember to
digital
keep
insanity.
it evil.
Yeah, keep it evil.
Yeah, it's been a tough time for musicians. This industry got hit hard over the last couple of months. So let's make sure, keep it strong, keep it coming, stay at it, support each other. And thank you, everybody, for your support.
I'm going to close this out with a little video I stole off your Facebook page.
Yes.
Nice.
Everybody, thank you all again. This is your host, Rob Line, signing off.
Woo!
Thank you, Rob.